My fellow citizens in Fiji and abroad, Nisambul Vinaka, and a very good afternoon to you all. I'm addressing you today, Sunday afternoon, first of all, to clarify issues relating to the dismissal of the Honorable Aseri Radrodro from Cabinet. Secondly, to respond to media queries. And thirdly, and most importantly, to respond to media statements made by the SODALPA Working Committee members. I'm aware that many of us, many of you, anticipated this address to take place earlier this afternoon, and I apologize sincerely for the delay. First of all, I will elaborate on the dismissal of the Honorable Aseri Radrodro. The Honorable Radrodro terminated the appointment of the chairperson and 3 members of the FNU, Fiji National University Council, in May of 2023. The Honorable Radrodro was advised via a legal opinion by the Solicitor General that the decision was unlawful and must be withdrawn. This is because members of the FNU Council can only be terminated in limited circumstances and with a 2/3 majority vote of the Council, and only after the members have been provided an opportunity to be heard. The Solicitor General also met with the Honorable Radrodro to urge him to comply with the legal advice that was given. However, despite my very clear written directive and discussion initiated by the Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Manoa Kamkamida, the Honorable Radrodro failed to comply with the legal advice from the Solicitor General's office. On Friday, the 20th of January 2024, I took the decision to dismiss the Honorable Radrodro from Cabinet with effect from Monday, the 22nd of January 2024, for insubordination and disobedience to my directive. This decision was not made lightly and was taken only after due process had been followed. I have written 3 letters to the Honorable Radrodro since the 6th of September 2023. The Honorable Radrodro was given the opportunity to explain himself, but failed to do so. I also held discussions with the Honorable William Ngavoka, the Deputy Prime Minister and Party Leader of SODALPA, on the 30th of October 2023. I then wrote to the Honorable Ngavoka on the 3rd of November 2023 with a follow-up letter to the Honorable Radrodro on the 29th of December 2023. In addition, I have been advised by the Honorable Kamkamida that while he was acting Prime Minister in May of 2023, he requested the Solicitor General to provide him a copy of the legal opinion with regards to the termination of the FNU Chair and Council members. The Honorable Kamkamida, as acting Prime Minister, met with the Honorable Radrodro and advised him to comply with the legal advice from the Solicitor General. The Honorable Radrodro assured the acting Prime Minister then that he would address the issues accordingly. In terms of my communication with the other political parties in the coalition, my channel of communication is through their respective party leaders. And as Prime Minister, I do not have a direct conduit to SODALPA or its management board, nor to NFP and its management board. My channel of communication to SODALPA and the management board is through the Deputy Prime Minister and SODALPA party and the parliamentary leader, Honorable Bill Ngavoka. On the 3rd of November 2023, I requested the Honorable Ngavoka to raise my concerns and disappointment with the SODALPA Management Board regarding, first, the failure of Honorable Radrodro to comply with the FNU University or the Fiji National University Act in removing the chairperson and 3 members of the FNU Council in May of 2023. 2, the Honorable Radrodro's failure to comply with legal advice from the Solicitor General for the reinstatement of members of the FNU Council. And third, the Honorable Radrodro's failure to comply with my directives to comply with the legal advice from the Solicitor General to reinstate the members of the FNU Council. In that letter, I requested the Honorable Ngavoka to urge the SODALPA Management Board to consider taking action to ensure the unlawful decisions outlined above were rescinded, as they could invite serious legal consequences for the coalition government. Again, on Tuesday, the 15th of January this year, 2024, I wrote to the Honorable Ngavoka of my disappointment at the insubordination, disobedience, and lack of response from the Honorable Radrodro. I also informed the Honorable Ngavoka that I would dismiss the Honorable Radrodro from Cabinet and that the Education Ministry would be added to Honorable Ngavoka's ministerial portfolio in addition to tourism and civil aviation. The letter was transmitted by email on the 16th of January 2024, since the Honorable Ngavoka is on overseas travel visit. I also wish to confirm that the media statement regarding the dismissal was published only after confirmation of the delivery of letters to the Honorable Radrodro and His Excellency the President and the Honorable the Speaker on Friday the 19th of January 2024. The letter to the Honorable Ngavoka was transmitted via email at the same time, as he is currently on official travels overseas. With regard to the coalition agreement, the 3 party leaders of the People's Coalition have been meeting regularly in 2023. On the 30th of October 2023, we discussed the insubordination and disobedience to my directive of the Honorable Radrodro and agreed that the Honorable Ngavoka informed the SODALPA Management Board. I followed up with a letter to the Honorable Ngavoka on the 3rd of November 2023. It has been brought to my attention that the SODALPA Working Committee issued instructions for the Honorable Radrodro to remain in the Ministry of Education until Friday, the 26th of January, 2024. I want to make it clear that the instruction by the SODALPA Working Committee is in defiance of the powers conferred on the Prime Minister under Section 95(3)(a) of the Constitution. I'm also advised that the instruction may also be in breach of the SODALPA Constitution, given that it is only the Management Board that gives directives to its members of Parliament and not the Working Committee. The Honorable Radrodro's dismissal is effective from tomorrow, the 22nd of January, 2024, and from that date, he may no longer exercise the powers and privilege of the Minister of Education. The Honorable Ngavoka assumes the education portfolio as of that date. However, the Honorable Radrodro may attend to his former office to remove his personal items, and the Honorable Ngavoka may request him for a handover briefing on his return from overseas travel. I have noted remarks made by the SODALPA Working Committee on the 20th of January 2024. I respect the party's commitment to its MPs and adherence to the SODALPA Constitution. However, political party bylaws and rules are made under the Political Parties Act. The Act requires that parties and their officials must comply with the Fiji Constitution, the supreme law of the land. SODELPA officials must also ensure that the Working Committee does not exceed its mandate in purporting to exercise powers of the Management Board as set out in its own constitution. I understand SODELPA's perspective on the matter, and I assure the public that the decision to dismiss the Honorable Radrodro was made after careful consideration of all factors, all relevant factors. The Constitution guides my actions, and I remain committed to upholding its principles. Section 95 of the Constitution is very clear on the powers of the Prime Minister to appoint and dismiss cabinet ministers. It is the sole prerogative of the Prime Minister. Therefore, the Employment Relations Act is not relevant at all. However, the principles of natural justice were adhered to, and the Honorable Radrodro was given every opportunity to explain himself, yet failed to respond to a correspondence on that matter. Furthermore, the SODELPA party leader, the Honorable Ngavoka, was fully informed of actions I took on the matter. As we move forward, I urge all parties involved to conduct themselves with respect for due process and the rule of law. The process of our beloved nation, the progress of our beloved nation, depends on our collective commitment to the rule of law and democratic values enshrined in our Constitution. I appreciate the public's understanding and trust that we will navigate these challenges in the best interests of the people of Fiji. God bless Fiji.